welcome to your Friday 30 minutes strength and mat fusion. My name is Karen. I'm joined in studio today with our lovely Becky. She is going to be taking the class in real time, and it's going to be great to have a body to modify on to help you at home working through this by yourself. So it's a 30-minute workout today. You need to make sure that you have your mat or somewhere safe and comfortable to work in. And then we are going to add in a yoga block. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, please don't worry about it. It's just a bit of a prop, something to have in your hands. So if you want to go ahead and grab like a Tupperware, or if you've got a small Pilates ball, anything that is soft and usable and that you can possibly use for some balance as well, then go ahead and grab it. If your prop doesn't make sense with what we're doing, don't even worry about it. It is not going to affect the quality of your class today. Okay, so we're going to start with our feet just a little bit wider than our hips. We're going to interlace those hands and we're just going to roll through those wrists. So in today's class, we are going to be doing quite a bit of weight bearing. And for a lot of us, that'll be quite tricky on the wrists. So we want to make sure that, number one, we mobilize them, we warm them up, and we get them ready for the work they're going to do. We're going to be here for another 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to release those hands, let them drop onto your thighs. So we're going to bend into the knees a little bit. Really important that you do this on bent knees, no straight knees at all. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, tuck the chin into the chest and start to roll down. Feed your hands down the front of your thighs. Okay, all the way to your ankles. Your knees are still bent. Your chin is tucked. And then you're going to start to come up, keeping those knees bent. Pressure into the heels and slowly coming up to the top. Nice juicy roll up to start off with. We go again, tuck that chin, roll yourself down. Now, the reason we've got bent knees is because we really want to see that flexion in the spine, okay? From the tailbone all the way around. When you come up, you're thinking of pushing into your heels. Your chin is the very last thing to come up and your knees only straighten at the top. Let's do one more. Rolling down, rolling down. We're going to keep this one upside down, okay? Keep it upside down. Let the hands totally relax for a second. We're going to be here 3, for 2, and 1. You're going to walk your hands forward and come down onto your hands and knees. Widen up those knees for me a little bit. We're going to inhale here. As we exhale, round the spine. Look into your belly button, going into that cat position. Inhale while you're here. Exhale, open up into extension. We're opening up that chest, sticking that tailbone out, getting a nice stretch to the front of the body. Inhale here. Exhale, rounding the spine. Now, when you're working into your cat-cow, again, we're working the full spine. So from the head to the tailbone is rounding. And then as you go into extension, same thing. You're opening up that chest. You're sending sit bones to the ceiling so we get a nice pelvic floor stretch as well. Excellent. Let's go for one more. Exhale as we round. Looking into that belly button, pulling the shoulder blades apart, tailbone underneath you. Inhale. And exhale, open up that chest, send the tailbone to the ceiling. Fantastic. And relax into your neutral spine. So in your neutral spine, what we're trying to do is line up the back of the head, the back of the ribs, and the tailbone all in alignment. Okay, so if you're lying on your back, that would be a little bit easier to feel, but we're on all fours, we're finding that neutral. We're going to bring the knees a little bit narrower so that they're underneath your hip sockets. We're going to tuck those toes. Now, we're working on some proper arm strength and stability. So have a look at your fingers, okay? Spread them out and have your index finger facing directly forward. Excellent. We're now going to soften through that elbow a little bit, or both elbows rather. Okay, feel that little bend in the elbows. And what that's going to do is just activate into the triceps a little bit more. So tiny bend in the elbows. Once we've got that, we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. Just lift the knees an inch off the mat. Holding that there, we're going to try and maintain the neutral spine, okay? So Becky's done really well. She hasn't moved anything. What she has done, though, is straightened her elbows a little bit. So come down, take a breather. Excellent. We're going to try that again. We're going to try and maintain the softness in the elbows. In 3, in 2, we're going to come up. Excellent. Softness in the elbows. Immediately, you're going to feel your arms work harder. Okay, excellent. That's where we want to be. We want to make sure we've got tricep engagement. We want to make sure we're protecting the elbow and wrist joints. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop those knees, sit back into a shell stretch and just breathe. Excellent. Stay in that stretch for a second. When we come back into that hover, okay, if you feel like you have understood and mastered that soft elbow position, you're going to add in some shoulder taps, okay? If you're still working on the hover, you're going to stay in the hover. That's no problem. We're coming forward. We're spreading out those fingers. We're tucking the toes. We're lifting the knees. Small bend in the elbows, not collapsing through the upper back or arching that spine. If you're feeling good here, we can take it straight into shoulder taps. You are going to have a light swing of the body. That's absolutely fine, but you want to avoid popping the bum up, okay? You want to keep it nice and low. Everyone is here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Instead of going down, we're going to lift the hips up into a downward dog. Push that chest towards your thighs as much as possible. Have a small bend in the knees so that you can really flatten chest to thighs. There you go. So you're getting into that upper back, okay? I know downward dog is all about opening up the posterior chain. That's fine. But keep a bend in the knees for now. Let's focus on that upper back for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming forward, drop those knees down. Excellent. Okay, so at this point, you're going to grab your box or your ball, your prop, whatever you're using, and you're going to place it to the left of your mat. Okay, and you're just going to have your hand on it. It's just to give you a little bit of stability. Your right elbow is going to come down onto the mat. Get your knees nice and narrow, so close together to begin with. Hand is on that box or that ball or that Tupperware or just on the floor, no problem. You're going to extend your left leg out behind you. You're going to lift it up into the air. When it's in the air, turn it out, rotate it out. Okay, so that means that my hips are actually nice and open. Excellent. Now, in this position, what I really want you to think about is closing your rib cage. So imagine a nice chunky belt coming together just underneath the chest. Excellent work. Holding that upper body nice and firm. That back leg is going to tap the floor and lift back up. So this is a combination hip opener and stability exercise. So we're getting stability through our right glute as it holds our hips in place. We are mobilizing and activating that left leg. And then, of course, we're challenging stability through our upper body as well. So we're going to keep going with that leg. Keep the energy through the arms, okay? We don't want to collapse here onto the shoulders. Excellent work. We're going to keep that back leg nice and straight the entire time. Fantastic. We're going to be here just for another 8, for 7. Keep those reps going. 6, 5, 4. Ready to hold that leg up in 3, in 2. Last time we carry that leg up. Now take a second here. Pull the rib cage in, okay, as much as you can. Open up that hip. Lift the back leg a little bit higher. Remember, this is a hip opener. For 3, for 2, and 1. You're going to bring that knee in. You're going to pick up that box. We're on both knees now. We're up in a high kneeling position. We're going to extend that box, ball, Tupperware, anything you have out in front of us. In this position, take a second for your posture. Tuck your tailbone away and close your ribs. So a nice way to think about this is if you think about the space between your ribs and your trouser line, okay, you want to make that smaller. You want to make that shorter. Okay, excellent. Holding that box. We're just going to inhale, box goes up. Exhale, box comes down. Just a bit of shoulder mobility. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Excellent. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Holding that box where it is, keeping that tailbone tucked away. We're going to lean back into a thigh stretch. When you start to feel that burn into the thighs, that's when you're going to stop. We don't want any feedback into the lower back. Tailbone stays tucked away. Shorten the front of the body. We're here for 3, for 2, and 1. We bring it up and the box goes up. We go again. Exhale and hinge. And hinge. Excellent. The hinge is one of my favorite movements because it is giving you an active conditioning stretch across the front of those thighs and abdominals for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming up. If you're not going very far, don't worry, you're doing it correctly. Exhale, we take it back down, making sure that tailbone stays tucked away. Yes, it is called a thigh stretch because you should be feeling those thighs. For 3, for 2, and final time we come back up. Put that box into the right hand, put it down next to the mat. Left elbow goes down. Let's open up that other hip. So right leg is now behind you. Lift it nice and high. Hold. Rotate those hips as much as possible. Have a think about that rib cage. Close it. Pull the sternum towards you. And now that back leg is going to go down and up, down and up. So we're using this as a bit of an active warm-up, okay? We're mobilizing those hips. We're getting the stabilizing hip to fire as well. So often when you are in your Pilates class and you're doing something with one leg that's lifting, you will feel feedback in both hips. That's absolutely normal, absolutely to be expected. Okay, we want to think about this area right here. Really lift it up out of the shoulder blade. So much good scapular conditioning happening in any of your on the floor movements. That scapular conditioning is so important for your posture. Okay, we're going to be here for another 3. For 2, we're just going to lift that leg up. We're going to hold it as high as possible. The higher the leg goes, the more you lift the shoulders away from the floor, the more you push your box and elbow into that floor. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We bring those knees in. Excellent work. Send your box to the front of your mat. Sit back into a shell stretch and breathe. For 3, for 2, and 1. Fantastic. Now we're going to find our first high plank of the class. So think about what you did in the hover with your fingertips facing forward, fingers spread out. Small bend of those elbows. One leg steps back. Really energize into that leg. So by the time the second leg goes back, it just floats. It just floats back. And we're in that high plank. Now, with a high plank, everything is on. Your legs are activated. Your arms are pushing down into the floor. Your ribs are closed. It's like you're trying to float up, okay? You're trying to float up off those arms. Yes, beautiful. Maintain that and give me a little bend here. Yes, good. That's what we're working towards. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. We're going to drop those knees. We're going to sink it back. Excellent work. Make sure every time you are in a plank, you are as active as possible. A plank can so easily become lazy. You can be hanging out on those arms, hanging out on those hyperextended elbows and shoulders, not activating through the hands, through the wrists, through the glutes, getting all the benefits that you could. We're coming back up into that plank again. So one leg at a time, get nice and activated, push that floor away. Hold that high plank now for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Pull the belly button into the spine as you start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Getting your weight onto your heels and slowly rolling up, just like we did right in the beginning of the class. Excellent. We're going to step those feet a little bit wider and we're going to find a nice deep squat. So I'm going to send my arms forward to help me counterbalance. I'm going to send my bum back and I'm going to take it as low as I can go. Now, if this is a position that doesn't work too well for you, grab something to help you with your balance, okay? We're going to sink that there and we're going to hold for 3, for 2, and 1. We're going to come all the way back up. Excellent. We're going to go again, sinking the hips back, reaching the arms forward and going down. Excellent. So as you can see, Becky is hinged forward, which is perfect. It means she's getting that gorgeous, safe hinge at the hips, not working the back, getting into the glutes and hamstrings. She's going to keep her ribs closed a little bit more. Good. And she's going to push through the heels to come back up. Nice and controlled. Again, we're going to sink the bum back. We're going to take it down. Excellent work. And now I want to bring your attention to your feet. Okay, feel all of your toes pushed into the floor. Feel the outside border of your foot really pushed into the floor as well. Feel how that lights up the outside of the legs and coming up. Okay, we're going to do one more nice and slow. Here we go. Pushing it back, sinking it down. Excellent work. Holding it there. Think about those feet. Spread the toes out. Open up the knees a little bit. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We're coming up. Excellent. Okay. Set those feet together. We're going to inhale. Exhale. Roll it down. Roll it down. Small bend in those knees. Walk those hands out. We're going to start to move a little bit quicker now into this high plank. Tailbone tucked away. Eye line forward. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, For 2, right knee comes down underneath you, okay? Grab that box. Box is going to go into that left hand again. Right elbow is going to come down. The difference here is we are parallel with that back leg. So we are no longer going to open the hips. We're going straight up and straight down. No opening of the hips. Straight up and straight down. Now, because I haven't opened my hips, my face is also down to my mat. My heel is leading up and down. My heel is leading up and down. Excellent. Okay. I really like the setup of having one elbow down and one hand slightly elevated or out to the side. It gives you a little bit of breathing room from the floor, which allows you to not feel so claustrophobic, so close to the floor, so pulled in with gravity, which in turn should help you with your alignment a little bit more. Excellent. So we're going to keep going with that straight back leg for another 3. For another 2, we're going to lift it up. We're going to hold it all the way up. Keep that leg super straight. Check in with yourself. Is it as straight as possible? Now, with that straight leg, can we close the ribs? Yes, beautiful. Make sure those upper arms or that upper body is working. Now, the spine is going to stay exactly as is. Nothing is going to move. We're going to bend this knee in, let it tap to the floor, and then come straight back out, okay? Nothing in the spine is going to move. So she's not rounding that lower back as she's bringing that leg in and out. So we've got some nice hamstring and glute isolation happening here. Of course, your supporting side is working as well. And yes, that upper body is going to be working quite hard too. We're going to be here for another 4. For another 3, for another 2. We're going to extend that leg out and hold. Now, from here, you're going to let go of that box. Okay, just put it down. Keep your left leg lifted. Come onto your hands. Come onto both hands. Excellent work. That left leg is still lifted. I'm going to recommend a nice wide stance from the hands. Pull the rib cage in. We're going to lower the nose to the mat and then press back up. Lower the nose to the mat and press back up. As you lower that nose, the leg lifts, and as you push up, the leg stays high. So you're getting a new height and maintaining, getting a new height and maintaining. Beautiful. Let's go for 3 more. 3 and up. 2 and up. Last one. 1 and up. Hold that leg up. Good. Bring the hands a little bit narrower, a little bit narrower. And now, right hand, so opposite hand, is going to come to behind the head. Okay, behind the head. And I want you to pull your chin in towards you. Give me a little double chin action. Okay, so what we're looking for here is a lovely lengthened neck. We want to find a little bit of bend in that elbow, a lot of stability in the rib cage. Extend that back leg. This is a little posture endurance check in. Okay, we're holding it here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring that knee in and breathe. Excellent. Grab your box. Well done. Well done. It is hot in our home studio. Okay, roll those shoulders back a few times. Now, it was your left leg that was out, so it is your left leg that steps forward. Okay, so left leg. If you're following my rights and lefts, it's your left leg. If you're not, it's the leg that was waving about. Okay, we're now in a nice static lunge position. And what I'm going to do with my box is I'm going to place it next to my foot, not by my heel, but rather by my toes. Okay, see what that does to my body. It hinges me forward. That's where I want to be. My other hand can either go out onto my glute, or it can stay just resting on my hip. That's fine. I'm going to send my weight forward, tuck my back toes, and then hover my back knee. Hover my back knee. I'm going to stay there, okay? Now, you've got something to support you, right? You've got that box. What we've done is place you in that perfect hinge. It's a forward loaded lunge. This is all about front leg and glute, okay? From here, what we're going to do is straighten both our legs. We probably need to let go of the block right at the top. Straighten that front leg. Good. And then come straight back down. Keep the body hinged forward. Yes, excellent. And straight back down. Good. So you're looking for 2 straight legs, still in that lovely hinge, and then down. Good. Push through the front heel. Excellent. You will find that that last little bit at the top is where the balance really kicks in, where you're really trying to straighten that front leg. Look down at that left foot, spread the toes. Okay, they are also here to help you with your balance. Excellent work. Okay, now the next time you go down, I want you to hold it down. You can use the block as much as you need to, but I recommend not using the block too much, just the fingertips. And now we're going to go for little pulses here. Little pulses. We've got 8, 7. Lean forward a little bit more. 6, 5. Good work. 4, 3. We're going to stay on that front leg. 2, 1. Pick up your box. Stand up onto your front leg. Your other toes are just light on the floor. You've got that box. We're sending it back into a lunge again. Send it back. Hold. This time we're going to challenge our stability. We're going to rotate over the front leg. We're going to come back to the center. We're going to stand back up. You're still hinged forward. You hinge it forward. You rotate. You recover. You come back up. Beautiful. Hinging it into that lunge. Rotate. Recover. And up. Good work. Now you can keep it exactly as is. Or the next time you come up, you can take a little balance and overhead press. Okay, totally up to you if you want to bring in that layer. Otherwise, you keep it here. Excellent. We're going to be here just for another 5, 4. So that rotation is really going to challenge the stability, all right? We want to be stable even when our body is not aligned. Life is not linear. We're not constantly going to only need to balance when we're perfectly set up. We're often going to need that core to work in strange, random circumstances. Okay, this next one, we take it down. We hold it down. We do the rotation. Elbows high, push into that ball or box, whatever you're using. Good. Pull the belly in. Okay, it's probably fallen out. Pull it in towards you. Get that core going. Push into your front leg a little bit more. We hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We are not standing up. We are placing that box in front of us. We're getting our hands down and we're stepping out into a high plank. Good. Okay, from here, if you need to, we're going to drop those knees. We're going to send it back. We're going to send it back and breathe for 3, for 2. And we're coming into high plank. Tap those toes. Lift those knees, pull the ribs together and hold. Okay, maintaining a strong upper body, we're going to tap one knee at a time down to the floor. One knee at a time down to the floor. Good. Eye line is forward. Let's check in with those elbows. Yes. So if you're someone who's like, why have my triceps never gotten more conditioned? Why do I still struggle with upper body? Check in on your elbows. If you're hyperextended, you're missing out on such an important chunk. Okay. And most women, most female body people are hyperextended in their elbows. So check in with your elbows. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees and sink it down. Good work. Okay. So from there, we're going to tuck those toes. You're doing so well. We're going to bring the hands in and stand it up. Revisit those squats. Only 4, nice and slow. They're a bit of a reset. Okay. So finding that positioning, sending that bum back. Sink, sink, sink. Hold for a second and bring it up. Spread those toes. Push down through the heels. Good. And up. Excellent. 2 more. Bum back. Good. Reaching those arms forward. Beautiful. And up. Last 1. We sit it back. We hold a little bit longer here. Close the ribs. Push into the feet. You're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Hand straight down. Walk it forward. Step it out. High plank. We're not here for long. 3, 2, left knee down, left knee down, left elbow down, right hand on box. This time we stay nice and square with the hips, lead with the heel and lower, lead with the heel and lower. Excellent. Okay, so we've got to get through this on the other side. Okay, it's going to be all right. We're going to keep it nice and square. Remember that you're likely to feel the supporting side screaming at you. If you're feeling a pinch in the front of your hip, what you're going to do, okay, is just move that supporting knee backwards a little bit. So if we're quite tight in our hip flexors, that is an area that will start pinching in this kind of thing. So then you just want to open up that hip angle. Okay, we're here for another 3. We're going to hold it up in 2. In 1, that leg is up. Remember, we are not turned out. We are parallel, straight back leg. We're going to bend it in without changing shape of spine and extend. Bend it in. Do not change shape of spine and extend. Excellent work. Eye line is down to the floor as Becky is doing so well. Fantastic. We're going to be here just for another 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last 1. You're going to take that leg out. It's going to stay out. Drop that box. Come onto your hands. Square off those hips if they are not already. Widen those arms. Now, if you're feeling a little bit stronger in the arms, you can keep them narrower. The narrower, the harder. Make sure, though, as you drop that nose, you're going forward and down. Okay, not backwards. When you go backwards, you change the angle of pressure on the shoulder, which is not the kind of conditioning we want. If you think about when you push something away, you push from your chest, not from your face. Okay, there's no strength up there. Get that leg nice and high every single time. Try and maintain the height as you come back up. Yes, good. Let's go 4 more. 4 and up. 3 and up. 2 and up. Last 1. 1 and up. We've got that quick postural check-in. Hands are nice and narrow. Opposite hand, so left hand behind the head. Okay, behind the head. Can we stabilize? Can we lift the rib cage a little bit more? Yes, yes, yes. Good. We've got 4, 3, 2 and 1. Those knees come down and breathe. Grab your box. Right leg, that same leg that was just up, is going to step forward. We're going to place that box next to your toes. Feel that lovely hinge forward. Tuck your back toes and hover. Okay, and hover. Excellent. You're using that box as much or as little as you need to / can. Okay, from here, we're going to start to straighten our legs. We're going to let go of that box, and then we're going to come back down to it. Now, when you're working through these, your back heel is going to stay lifted the whole time. If your back heel drops down, it means your weight has collapsed backwards, which number 1, you're going to feel your balance go. And number 2, you're going to lose the connection in the front glute. So keeping this heel nice and lifted the entire time is going to force that weight forward into the right place. Okay, so checking in with those feet. Again, bringing attention to the feet. They are so important. They are the messengers to the rest of the body. We are here for another 3. We are going to hold it down in 2. Good. Okay, last one. Take it down. Using your box as much as you need to, or as little as you can. Little pulses here. Pulses here. We've got 8, 7, 6. Full range lunges coming up in 3, 2. Pick up that box. Stand it in. Don't even think about it. Here we go. We lunge it back. We rotate if we can. We recover and stand. Good work. Lunge it back. Rotate, recover, and stand. Keep that moving. Lunge, rotate, recover, and stand. 2 more. Lunge, rotate, recover. Last 1. Let's hold it down. Take it down, rotate and hold. Good. Lean it forward a little bit more. Lift those elbows. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get that box to the floor. Hands to the floor. Step out into that high plank, even if it's just for a second. 3, 2, 1. Knees down and rest. Excellent work. Okay. So that was your standing fusion flow. I think we'll end off with a quick core sequence just to make sure we're walking out the door feeling as strong and put together as possible. So we're going to grab that box. You're going to lie down onto your back for me. Okay, grab that box, lie down onto your back. Now, once you're on your back, just take a second. All right, you're then going to lift your legs into tabletop position. The block is going to go against my left thigh. Both hands holding the block against my left thigh. Now, for the setup, it's really important that you're squeezing the block from both the top of the body and the bottom of the body. So the hands are pressing down, but the knee is also driving up. And already you should feel that abdominal pressure. And we want to ensure it's abdominal pressure, not shoulder pressure. So soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, close the ribs, drop the belly button, send all that tension to midsection. Excellent. Now the right leg is going to extend out and come back in. Excellent. And all the while, this pressure, it stays exactly as is. We're only going to do about 6 reps. That's already 3. Good. That's 4. Give me 2 more. Of course, we're going to hold that last one. 5. Last one. We're going to extend it out. Don't even worry about that leg. Focus everything here for 8, 7. Good. 6, 5. Please make sure you're breathing. Okay, you've got to let that air out. There's a lot of abdominal pressure. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees in and rest. Excellent. All right, let's get that done on the second side. So box goes over. We're in that tabletop position. We're driving the thigh in. We're driving the hands down. Beautiful. And this leg is going to go just 6, and then you are done. Excellent. Extending. As you extend, nothing changes in the spine. Okay, no movement in this lower back at all. All the focus on this box. That's 4. Let's go for 2 more and a hold. 3. Ignore me. This is one we're holding. We're holding. Good. Beautiful. Energy into this box. If it's a ball, it should be squished. Okay, if you've just got your hands there, that's fine as well. Close those ribs. Keep your breath going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Excellent work. Okay, pop that box to the side. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself into a seated position for me. Rock yourself into a seated position. Get your legs underneath you, back onto your hands and knees. We're going to end nice and active. Okay, we're going to bring those shoulders over hands. We're going to step out into that high plank. Take a second here to think about the most perfect alignment. Long neck, pulled in rib cage, long lower back. For 3, for 2, we're going to walk those hands back. We're going to hang out in that rag doll position. So just hanging out upside down. Just keep listening to the sound of my voice. Do not look up at your screens. You're going to maneuver your feet a little bit closer together until they are only about an inch apart. Okay? Push into the heels as you slowly start to roll up. Pulling the belly button into your spine. Stacking it vertebra by vertebra and getting to the top. When we get to the top, we want to soften that rib cage. Okay, we don't want any tension into that mid back or into that rib cage. Excellent. Soft bend in the knees is going to mean that our pelvis can sit in its neutral position. Excellent. From there, we're going to inhale, shoulders up, and exhale, let them go. Bring your hands together, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much, Becky, for being in studio with us. That is your little bit longer than 30-minute strength and mat flow. Check it out, have fun with it, and let us know how it goes. Thank you so much.